All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Movie Talks and Chill. We're your hosts. I'm Tony Serrato.
I'm Gavin Butts.
I'm Patrick Wall.
And in this episode, we're going to be wrapping up the year. 2023 is almost over.
Merry New Year!
Yeah! Lionel!
We should just have fly swatters right here and just all of us. Tony, how many flies you got in your damn house? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, beef jerky time.
Beef jerky time.
You know, the beef jerky. So we can discuss some movies that reflect New Year's and stuff. We've done that before. Couldn't really find a whole lot.
No.
But there were movies that had New Year's in them. But we wanted to more talk about the year itself.
We want to talk about our year.
Yes, let's talk about us.
We would talk about your year, but you're not here.
Yeah. Tell us for your year.
Yeah, tell us about your year.
Email us right now.
Right now. We're going live to the phones.
Wait,
And there's still no phones.
who's on first?
Twice.
Yes.
What?
3 times
don't
you're
know.
out.
Third base!
At the old ball game.
The old ball game.
So 2023. Let's talk about 2023. How was 2023?
Fucking nuts.
I can't believe it's over.
I mean, I thought 2019 was bad.
Yeah, 2023.
Or excuse me, 2020.
Yeah.
The year of the vid.
Yeah, right. I'm not sure fully how I feel about it. I'm kind of have mixed emotions because some good things came out of 2023. Some other things that weren't great came out of 2023.
Hey, we had a really good like everybody go to the movie day with Cocaine
Yes.
Man. So that was a pretty good highlight at least
Yes.
for me. Had our
The
2
film
year,
festival.
the film festival this year.
Oh, yeah, that was
absolutely
fantastic.
excellent.
I can't wait for next year.
Yeah.
That's only 4 months away.
I know.
Because I think for this year, also little plug for them, that will be going on. I think it's the 25th to the 28th of April this year. I think just because the way the time frame fell, because it always falls on that last weekend. So I will get more specific updates on that for you guys.
Once we get more specifics.
I think they posted the dates. I just can't remember off the top of my head, but I want to say it's like the 25th to the 28th. But do not quote me on that just yet. But
It's Eastern and Pacific time.
yes, specifically.
It's like specifically on the 25th.
But yeah, I think I got my new top for my car, so it wasn't looking ghetto anymore. So after kids ripped it open and cut into my window, and brand new convertible top.
Damn kids.
I got a new battery.
January last year. Let's hope that doesn't roll back to this year.
Yeah, right.
I got 4 new tires. Yay! $1,200 out the door.
Yes,
I got
that's
one new
about what
tire.
my top cost me. A little bit more than, or a little bit less than what my top cost me.
Oh, look, you got a top, I got a bottom.
I only got one new tire. The other, I technically should have got 2 because one of them has a very slow leak that every
You
month.
see, adulting is when you buy 4 at the same
Yeah.
time.
Adulting is when you make more money than I do.
And for the viewers who don't know this, Patrick, he was
just
talking.
had it on hand.
He was talking about getting his tire if it went flat at his place, which is not a bad place to have it go flat at.
Right.
Yeah.
But he didn't have one key thing, so he spent the money to have somebody come out and do it, which is fine. But he could have just purchased AAA for a whole year for like $50.
It would have probably been around the same amount of money.
Okay.
Yeah, but then if it happened again,
You have it throughout
Yeah.
the year. They do it more than once.
you
know.
didn't pay for it the one time.
So I think that would be something to look forward to for you. Get AAA for 2024.
And
2024, spend more.
For the record, it's not like I threw away my spare tire, but the last time I had a flat and I had to put it on, I took it to the shop. They just never put it back in my trunk. Bastards kept it,
All right.
and I still haven't replaced it. Because once again, capitalism.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did. We had the movie, we had the film festival, we had some good interviews this year.
Yeah.
Met some new people this year for the interviews.
Yeah.
We got hooked up with Lisa and them for the Elevation Films, which
Right.
will be starting next year. In 2024, I still have to get the specifics on the time frame for that. But no, we met. Got to have Haley with us. Rick was with us. Chaz was with us.
Meeting Shane.
Meeting Shane. We met Michael.
Yeah.
Which I've got to. Sorry if you're listening or watch this, Michael. We will be having you back on. It's just with the
Yes.
holidays coming up, we were talking about he's excited about coming back on, but and Doug joined us a few times.
Who?
Who? You be careful. He'll come back and get you. He listens to this.
Yeah. I ain't got to worry about it because he's after Frank, not me.
I stole this shirt from Frank.
Yeah.
Oh, but what else? Let's see. We had our actual full year wrap up.
Yep.
In July, end of July. We did that for now. We're 5 months into the third year of doing this. So we're almost halfway through the third year of doing these things. So. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Pissing off my allergies.
I think he wore a cardigan in the second one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, basically, what's been like for you guys?
It's been a pretty good year. I got a new role at my main job until this one becomes my main job. Working really hard at that one. Like you said, we've been doing really well on the podcast with we're now in year 3. We did the film festival.
We're on a radio station.
Yeah. The internet radio.
WDBF Radio, WDBF.com, or WDBF.FM.
Now also we're on iHeartRadio podcast. Now we just need to put on iHeartRadio. Like 98 Rock should host an episode.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'll give him a call.
Maybe
we can get Dave and Chuck the Freak to
that
get
would
us on there real quick. I'll reach out to him and be like, hey guys.
Coming from hey, all we gotta do is tell them we're from Largo. They love stories on Largo.
Well, I told you that story about the guy collecting all the Titanic VHSs.
Right?
He wants to get 1 million copies. He's in Largo. Go Largo.
This group comes to you live out of Largo, Florida.
3 dumbasses with microphones.
Hey, speak for yourself. I'm an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually,
all right.
no, I'm probably a dumbass. It's in my last name.
Well, Patrick, I'm going to throw you on the spot for a second. If you want to pull up your magical phone, we're going to be posting this on the social media. Why don't you give the listeners and the audience here and the viewers a little wrap up of what Spotify says our year was like?
Sure, I can do that.
Yeah, so while he's doing that,
I'm just going to pull up the Apple app and not the stuff that I downloaded.
So while he's pulling that up, so New Year's is approaching. What are you doing?
Don't really have any plans, so pretty much the same as last year.
All right.
Probably be in a drunken stupor somewhere.
Nice.
There you go.
In a ditch.
Not a ditch.
Well,
it's an overpass.
Well, that's where you'll end up. I'm not saying you're going to start out in the ditch. Be like, yeah, I'm in the ditch.
Now I'm dead, Tommy. I'm dead on Hump Island.
I think it's technically called a retention pond.
Yes. Dead in the retention pond. Hey, you can always use my pond out here. They have bass in there.
I have a pool and a pond. I think a pond would be good.
Yeah, I have a pool. I have a pond. I have a pool and a pond.
You're over there on Briar, right?
Yeah.
So, for our year-end wrap, once again, I will be posting these to our social medias, but our number 1 episode that you all loved this year was when we roasted the shit out of bad movies.
Oh.
And that was fun.
What episode number was that?
56.
Number 56. So we just completed before this episode. So this episode is episode 122.
Damn.
So
we must be like 1 year to the date with that episode then.
Might be. 56. It's a long time.
It was streamed 129% more than the average episode.
Nice.
You guys really liked when we just make fun of...
Number 56 on the screen, number 1 in your hearts.
Yeah.
You must have really loved our last episode when we were roasting Hallmark movies.
Well, when it gets posted, they will.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, as far as I know, it already has been.
It is posted.
Yes. Time travel.
Time travel.
And according to this, our listener base grew by 89%.
89!
Yeah, 89% of our listeners discovered us in 2023.
Fake mic drop.
There you go. So there's a good thing for 2023.
Indeed.
So 9% of our new listeners started with episode 75 talking movie quotes. So the movie quotes episode, that's what really dragged them in, apparently.
Yeah.
And now you're one of us. Sorry, you can't go anywhere.
Yep.
And now you've probably been speaking fluent movie quote.
Yes.
Or saying, God damn it, Patrick, why haven't you seen that movie?
Yes. You make me sad.
How does it feel to have gone global, guys?
I feel great about it. I mean, I've always knew it was in my destiny to become global at one point.
Mama said my shoes would take me anyway.
That was my magic shoes.
So we were streamed in 30 countries around the world.
Oh,
30.
You VPN using sons of guns.
Oh, 100%. It says 94% of our total streams came from the U.S., but that's got to be like 98, realistically.
Hey, we're
Hey,
big,
that one guy,
we're huge
that one
in
guy in
Bangladesh.
Germany.
Yeah.
And
We're actually pretty big in Germany.
Those two guys on the front line of Ukraine. They're, we're really keeping their
And that
spirits
one
up.
guy in Indonesia.
Yeah, they're in Indonesia.
Don't forget about Bangladesh.
And
It's
the
Bangkok, bitch.
and the people at the sex retreat in Phuket who've bored.
Hey, whatever it takes to get a
You
listener.
can't spend all your day screwing.
A listen is a listen is a listen.
Yeah,
I don't care
exactly.
where you live, what your lifestyle is. If you're listening and liking us, I like you.
There you go. So our listeners clearly have good taste. Obviously, you are listening to us. But what else are you all into? With my phone, what update I can tell you.
Tell us more, Patrick.
Tell me more, tell me more.
So, our listeners' top podcast genres were comedy, TV and film, and society and culture.
Well, that matches all of us.
Yeah.
Minus society and culture.
Well, we are part of society, and we have our own version of culture.
Yeah. I didn't say it was good.
Yeah.
Nothing that should be replicated
Right.
by anyone. The top music genres were pop, rock, and rap.
Okay.
I could honestly say
I said a hip hop, a hippie to the hip hop, but don't stop rocking.
that
To the bang bang boogie, say up the boogie to the boogie to bee. Now what?
Patrick, you were supposed to start with one.
I just know that was sung by the Sugar Hill Gang.
Boom.
Yeah.
Ba-dum.
But I will say,
Bum-bum-bum.
pop is actually my number one on my Spotify. I'm really into AT40. I'm not really hard into like any genre, just whatever's catchy and popular.
I'm
like,
rock, baby.
Whatever's on 93.3. I'm okay.
So
with.
you're a drone. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm rock.
I
wanna rock.
I'm a movies and video games guy. Music is not the biggest influence in my life.
Ooh, Patty will be mad at you.
Oh, she's always mad at me.
It is a random day.
You sound like the husband that just became dead inside after years. She's always mad
Yeah,
at me.
whatever.
I had a lot of help from Jack Daniels.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Papa.
So our listeners shared our podcast. 69% was shared via direct link. 15% texted about us.
Ooh.
8% just X. That's all it says.
8% said, ah!
8% said, "What the hell am I listening to?"
And then 8% shared on Facebook.
But
X.
X is
Twitter. Yep, we figured it out.
The new Twitter, you
wait a
Twitterers.
minute.
You little Twitterers.
I just thought like somebody deleted something in the program and he couldn't figure out what to put here.
We'll just put a letter in the alphabet.
Yeah.
All right, so glad we got that cleared up.
In the words of Elon Musk, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, basically.
Why don't you take a step back and fuck your own face?
We don't negotiate with terrorists.
So, fact, the most shared episode was episode 94, Sunscreen Film Festival, Part 4. The last episode.
Wow.
So, people were really happy that we were shutting the fuck up.
I think that one wasn't that one with Darwin?
That was 3, I think.
3. So 4 was actually 4 had Shane came back on with us.
Yeah.
We had a lot of the people that were working the festival
Yeah.
join
Right,
us, and then also the man who started the festival off to begin with, Mr.
Yep,
Tony
Mr.
Armour.
Tony
was on
Armour.
that
Oh,
episode.
yeah. That was our most shared episode. It doesn't give me what was like number 2 or anything, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming the one with Darwin was like a very close second, because that
Yeah.
entire gang probably just shared it everywhere they could.
Yep.
Our podcast rating was 4.7 out of 5. So
It's got some work to do, but hey, it's not
I'm
bad.
nowhere near upset about that number.
Still a better rating than the Hallmark movies.
I wish I had 4 hands to give the movies 4 thumbs down.
Spotify is asking if we could feel the love.
I can feel it.
We would feel the love if
feel
they
it.
release our damn funds.
Yeah. I can feel the love, but I think it's because Gavin's hands
For
on my
some
lap.
reason, wildly nowhere near related to releasing our funds, please like and subscribe.
That's
Yes.
not my hand.
We created 36 Q&As and we received 4 responses.
Yeah, we did. that
I
needs to
love
be-
all 4 responses. I'm glad that we have them. But come on, people, engage with us.
But also, we
want to talk to you.
We are getting a little more interaction on YouTube now.
Yes, I am seeing that.
You know, there is a little bit more interaction and faster growth in views. But I think
Yeah.
it's because people decided that they want to see the faces.
Which is unfortunate for their fucked up heads.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll take my glasses off.
But they do want to. Spotify wants to know, Tony, are you a gardener?
Am I a gardener?
Yeah.
Well, I do have a little horticulturist in my history, but I'm not right now.
Tony is
currently.
definitely a hoe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, because our podcast saw some nice growth this year.
Oh, a little play on
I
what
see
you're doing.
you did.
you
So
sneaky
we
guy.
grew by 71% in listeners,
Nice.
44% increase in streams, 129% followers, and we created plus 20% more minutes created than we did last year.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's only probably because we were at the film festival.
Yeah.
I was
longer
gonna
than-
say, I was like,
A lot
we
longer.
do the same amount of episodes
Yeah,
each
but-
year, but there were a couple unnumbered episodes. 'cause
Yeah.
I like that. We had
And
to
the
do
first year we went to the film festival, we were there for half a day, and we
Yeah.
were there for 3 days
Yeah,
full this
yeah.
year. And I'm once again excited to be back again this year.
something. Yeah.
Can't forget to give a shout out to our biggest fans.
Who are they?
Well, we're about to find out.
Mike Thompson from San Francisco. Thank you so much. I'm joking. There's nobody. There might be a Mike Thompson in San Francisco. Sorry to claim you.
I just really hope that Kurt Russell listens, and Jack Burton, you're the number one.
On the Pork Chop Express.
Yeah. We are a top 10 podcast for 75 fans.
Nice.
We're a top 5 podcast for 54 fans.
Yeah.
And drumroll, please. I do know this last number is double digits. We are the number 1 podcast for 14 fans.
Yeah. Thank you, 14.
Thank you to all. Gavin, would that number be 120 something?
Yeah, thanks to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Top fans listen to you over 10 times more than the other listeners. So
at
thank
that.
you.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Keep listening.
78% joined you for the first time this year.
Nice.
Welcome.
Welcome to our little corner of the world.
By the way, what happened to you this last year that made you come here? You need to reevaluate some things.
Stop it. Don't reevaluate
Yeah.
anything. Keep listening.
Tell your friends to do
Tell
whatever
your
you
friends about us.
Tell your family.
Movie Talks and Chill, thank you for sharing your podcast with the world. Speaking of sharing, we've made the things that I will be sharing on social media.
Speaking of sharing, we'll be doing that later.
Yep.
After these messages.
Commercial.
Oh, we got to fade to black.
Call my man.
You forgot to fade to black. Don't you edit this stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I had to do it in my PowerPoint.
So yes, that was actually, but overall, it's actually a good little wrap up. I like seeing when
Yeah.
they do that. It's kind of cool that they do stuff like that. I noticed also our website has been getting more and more traffic. I keep getting notifications that,
Oh, that's
hey,
good.
people are going up in there. They're checking you out. So yeah, just
Get ready
keep
for
on-
Google ads. They're coming.
Yep. Ooh,
yeah,
sorry.
they. Oh, damn.
Damn it.
Wah, 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 wah.
I promise no Raid Shadow Legends.
All right, so I'm going to ask a question though. So this is a movie podcast. What was your favorite movie you saw this year?
I'm waiting for this one.
Dun, 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 dun. Drum roll, please.
I've got to say,
Joy to the world. I can't do the tongue roll.
I would have to go with The Haunted Mansion for me. I really like that movie.
The new one.
Yeah, the new one. The one
Okay.
that came out this year.
You gotta be like the grandpa. Because he couldn't do it either.
The little lights aren't twinkling, Clark.
I know. Thanks for
noticing.
What about you, Mr. Tony?
Me.
Oh, I think I know your answer.
What is it?
Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, that is. I out of all the movies I saw this year, I loved Cocaine Bear. I don't care what anybody says.
It's a good movie.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah. And
But
there's
there's
one
a-
person we know who walked out of that theater hating it. And it's because
Who still we heard laughing the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up.
You big contradictory mess.
What about you?
Mohawk wearing
Um,
nutsack.
I would probably say, I'd probably say Guardians 3.
Okay.
Did I see that with you?
No, we went to go see this Thor: Love and Thunder.
Okay. Who did I see Guardians 3 with then?
I didn't see it until it was on Plex.
I want to say I saw that in the theater. Who did I see that movie with? Oh, well. Forget it. Never mind.
I like that movie, but I think a lot of people built it up like you're going to cry. This is going to be incredibly sad.
Yeah.
And it was sad, don't get me wrong. When Rocket's friends die, I almost cried. But I mean, it wasn't like The Fault in Our Stars or anything.
Oh no! Stop it! I hate you.
Oh, you don't? Because that is a really good movie. But I am tearing up thinking about it.
You going up?
No. Shut up, man. Hate you, Patrick.
I hate you, man. What was
You're a whore, Peter.
It was a taste of
But
betrayal.
I did want to
It
give.
was not the taste of betrayal.
Did want to give a shout out to Enter the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
That was a really good sequel to the first one.
Okay.
The art direction at times was kind of gave me a headache, but for the most part, the soundtrack, the animation, the voice acting, it was just all amazing. I do highly recommend that movie.
I would agree.
It's when they started like glitching out and like the comic book
Yeah.
colors were going everywhere. That's when it kind of like I had to pause and like blink for a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of was there a movie you did not enjoy seeing this year?
Barbie.
I enjoyed Barbie. I liked Barbie.
I just think it was so freaking funny that it's like, so, Barbie is all about women power and all this other stuff. And then immediately, as soon as Ken comes in to try and get equal, he's the fucking bad guy. And I want a Mojo Dojo Casa house, by the way.
Damn it.
There is one movie that I genuinely did not like watching that came out this year. The Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Okay.
So I watched it knowing full well this is supposed to be a horror movie, but
Yeah.
I know the video games and shout out to the Game Theorist YouTube channel. I watch all of their lore videos just to try understand the broader story. That even if you played the game, it's really hard to connect the dots. And Matt Pat from that YouTube channel is just a genius when it comes to like deducing all of this stuff and putting all the puzzle pieces together.
Okay.
But I watched the movie, and knowing it was going to be scary, I made sure to do it in the daytime with the sun out and all that. It wasn't scary. And this is me, Patrick Wall, saying that movie was not scary at all.
This movie was not
That
scary.
movie was boring as hell. If you've watched it, that movie won like #1 movie 2 weeks in a row just because of the fan base around the video games. But that movie sucked so hard, it was awful. I was bored in a horror movie. Could have watched that at night, and I'd been perfectly fine.
Well, I guess you need to watch The New Exorcist then.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that we didn't give a shout out yet to, Oppenheimer was very good.
Oh,
I
yes.
haven't seen that
Yes,
yet.
Oppenheimer was good.
Oppenheimer,
With the holiday season and work and everything, I haven't had a chance to sit down for 3.5
it's
hours.
very good. It is very
And
good.
I really wanted to watch it in like the same afternoon as Barbie, just like because to do Barbenheimer. That's what people were doing in the
Yeah.
theaters.
Yeah.
Dirty Money came out this year too, right?
I think so.
Now, I watched that.
I don't know why, but I immediately thought of Money Train.
It's on Plex, but it's actually really good. And so for those who don't know, it's a movie about the meme stocks and the controversy that came from Robin Hood and
With GameStop.
Ken Griffin.
With the whole GameStop thing.
GameStop and AMC, and there were a couple
Well, it
others.
just really mainly just focused on GameStop.
Oh, okay.
And that the dude Roy and Kitty, and the big thing between Capital something, Ken Griffin's company. But it was actually a pretty good movie, and almost accurate to the T when they went on, when they did because there was like an interview or a hearing online. It was all during COVID, so it was all video conference.
Yeah.
But they actually put the live video conference up, which is pretty neat.
There's a movie that came out this year that I wanted to like, but I just it was. There's one scene in the movie which everybody watched, and the rest of the movie is kind of just generic garbage called No Hard Feelings.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I watched. So it's on the Plex server, and I saw someone had watched it up to a certain point, and I was like, oh, they must have just had to go to work, or they got caught up doing something. And I started watching the movie, and I saw that one scene, and I was like, okay, well, I'm glad I watched this. And I was like, I'm just gonna finish out the movie. I got to the almost exact same spot the last person did, which was just after that scene. I'm like, well, this movie kind of sucks after that, doesn't it?
Well, I did say I watched. I enjoyed the new Saw.
I haven't seen that. I love the Saw movies, but I saw Spiral finally, and that movie, that kind of.
But see, this one is it goes back. So it goes back. It's like between the first and the second one.
Oh, okay.
It's like directly. But yeah, I think it's the first, second one.
Wasn't the second movie like supposed to be something else? But they're like, we need a sequel to Saw now, and they just repurposed another script to make it a Saw movie.
I think Doug was telling us about that.
Yeah.
Doug or somebody.
Or was it right after the second one because the girl was still with him in this one?
Yeah, it's between two of the earlier ones. Maybe it's between 1 and 3. I can't remember exactly, but it is.
One is where the girl has the reverse bear trap. That's why she's one of the bad people in the second one.
Right. That's she. So she's with him in this one.
Yeah. So this must be like her training or something like that.
Well, it's not really because he calls her up. Like they don't. He just hear him be like, "I need your help or I need your services again or something."
Because he gets really screwed over. Yeah. And this one, you don't feel bad for anybody.
Yeah, this one actually it really humanized him because the whole movie, instead of it being like the puppet and you see him maybe once in a blue moon or if at all, but this one, he's through the entire movie, but it's really about him losing his hope or getting screwed over from people telling him they can cure his cancer and letting him believe that they did. But it does humanize him really well. And he's just, I like that kid in there too.
Yeah.
Because he befriends this kid and he becomes like really connected to him. The kid ends up, I'm not going to spoil it but the kid
I will watch it. I did see it's on the Plex server.
The kid does end up in a trap with him.
Oh.
So you kind of get to see his full humanity there.
Yeah.
But
I can't remember. I think it's Saw 3 where he kidnaps a bunch of like insurance actuators who like deny claims for everyone. And I remember at the time I was dating a girl. We went to go see that movie. She's like, "I'm one of those people." And I was like, "You need to find a new career."
Actually, it'd be funny if you like put the mask on and be like, "I know."
Yeah, that's what you should have been. Oh, I know. It just pig mask comes
after the movie. You want to play a game?
She'd be like, ah! But she was an insurance actuator. This is your chosen career path.
This is what happens when you say no too much.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say like the newest Scream was okay as far as Scream movies go. I was a little disappointed because they said you're gonna see like Ghostface in a completely different way. It was like their little tagline or whatever, or in the description, it was their way of kind of selling it. Like, you've never seen a Scream movie like this. I'm like, oh shit, well, I better watch it then, because every other one was the same thing,
right? Over
and over again. And guess what? It was the same thing. I have seen a Scream like this before. It was called Scream. Scream 2, Scream 3, Scream 4, Scream 5. Scream.
I will say that the Indiana Jones movie was kind of a letdown.
I didn't even watch that. I knew that was going to be garbage.
Flat. It wasn't terrible. It just didn't have the pizzazz and everything else.
Here's the problem with it. They did the same thing, and even though I love movies about this, they did the same, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically just cop-out of writing and made it time travel.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, it's Indiana Jones. We don't need time travel for Indiana Jones. You can write something to make it an adventure, but they're like, you know what? Let's throw time travel in. He hasn't done that yet.
That's just poor writing.
That's what I'm saying. It was like, and I love time travel movies, but when they use it like in shows,
like a crutch.
Yeah, it's like in shows like Star Trek. It's like whenever they're running out of it, well, let's do a time travel episode. It's like, some of them were good.
Or it's like where they're running towards the end of an episode and be like, oh, it was all just a dream. It's like 2 sentences long. I'm like, what the fuck?
The only show that got away with the whole thing being a dream was Newhart.
Oh.
The newer one.
Oh, I haven't seen the new.
Not new. No, I'm saying back then it was the second one. It wasn't the Bob Newhart show, because in that one he was the psychiatrist living with his wife. In Newhart,
he was the bed and breakfast owner.
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
And when at the end of that one, he wakes up in bed with his wife from Bob Newhart show.
Oh, see, I never saw
was
the
only show that really got away with the whole, hey, it's a whole dream. But that was back then, and they could still, that
must have been like
innovative back then.
Yeah, the greatest plot twist of human history back then.
It wasn't doing. It was a dream.
So
I remember watching those.
Larry,
repeated.
Daryl, and Daryl were both all fictitious.
I know it's wildly different, but every time I think of the Bob Newhart show where he's a psychiatrist, I always think of the movie What About Bob?
Okay.
With Dan Aykroyd.
No, not Dan Aykroyd. Bill
Murray.
Bill Murray.
I always get those two confused.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
How?
Easily.
How? How do you get the two confused?
Easily.
It's Richard Dreyfuss
because
and Bill
he's
Murray.
an idiot.
Yeah, listen to Gavin.
Well, I know that. I already knew that. I mean, tell me something I don't know.
So did either of you guys get a chance to see Strays? I know that got
I
kind of
watched
complex.
like the first
I didn't
20
watch
minutes,
it.
and then I started to realize that all the funny parts were in the trailer. And I was like, well, I guess I've already seen this movie.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still think it was, it was good. There was gratuitous FUs and then
Yeah.
Nice.
dog humping, and then when they eat the freaking mushrooms in the woods, that's hilarious.
One movie you guys should have liked that came out that you said you liked was Renfield.
Yeah, Renfield was
That came
Renfield
out
was
this
good.
year.
yeah, surprise. One of the surprise hits.
Yeah.
There was a movie that came out on Netflix that I wanted to like. I thought this was going to be great, but it was kind of mediocre at best. Which describes most of Netflix original movies. 65.
I don't think I watched that.
The one with Adam Driver where he goes back.
I don't
in
think
time.
that's a Netflix original, though.
It is.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where he goes,
Where he goes-
back- oh,
where
yeah,
he's
yeah,
technically-
yeah. The 65 million years thing
Yeah.
where he's back in the
So
dinosaur.
as soon
does-
as they land on Earth,
65 million.
Exactly.
But his society is. It's not like he travels back in time. He's,
he's traveling through
Space.
Yeah, it's an unregistered planet
Yeah.
or whatever, and it's deemed hostile.
Yeah, because of T-Rexes.
Yeah,
That'll make it hostile.
Yeah, and they have to escape Earth before the asteroid that kills all the dinosaurs hits. Like,
you forgot to say spoiler alert.
oh,
Yeah, nice.
sorry, for anyone who hasn't taken a history class in elementary school.
They didn't know what date in the
don't say-
65 million years before.
Nice going. Nice going.
We all knew it was happening, but I am just learning.
Well, I mean, that is the greatest, that is the best cover up because, a lot of his ship is left there. So, we're like, how the hell haven't we? Oh, that's the impact site of the meteor.
Yeah.
That's why none of that shit's there.
And all that nickel and iron we found in the ground.
Yeah, that's what
that
it is.
spaceship. Back in 2018, I want to say it was, there was a Chinese movie that came out called The Wandering Earth. Have you ever seen it?
Nope.
It is a fantastic sci-fi movie. It's basically like our sun is dying, so the countries of the world build these gigantic, like Mount Fuji size, like thruster engines, because they're going to take Earth out of the solar system and into a new orbit around a not dying star.
Okay.
So they build these massive, like everybody lives underground because the surface is now just a barren tundra of cold and ice.
Uninhabitable.
Yeah. And kids get into trouble. They go to the surface. They drive a truck, and they get mixed up in this whole plot to restart some of they call them the world engines. There's like 4 of them. One of them goes down. So now they're in a plot to stop the terrorists from destroying it because the terrorists don't want to go. They just like human life. We've lived our civilization. This is what God has demanded. We need to just accept it. And the dad.
God is pissed.
Yeah. And then the kids' dads. So as the Earth is moving, they're going to do like a slingshot maneuver around Jupiter. So there's like a space station ahead of it, just like guiding the track. And halfway through, they're like, "Oh, that main engine is dead. All right, the space station is going to continue on. Earth is dead." And so the dad, who was the commander of the space station, is like, "What are my kids doing there? Ah, fuck it. You got to go start that engine again. Otherwise, everybody's dead." So it was actually a really fun movie. But apparently there was a second one that came out this year, and it's on Amazon. I may have to watch it because the first one, like I said, the first one is a great sci-fi film. It won so many awards. It was like the biggest budgeted Chinese movie in history when it came out. I watched it with subtitles, but a friend of mine watched it with the dubs, and 9 times out of 10 it's subs not dubs, but the dub in this one is not awful.
Subs, not dubs. In this case, the dub was a sub.
Oxford's not brogues.
But
I was going to say, too, also real quick, is we can't talk about them yet, but I have been watching a lot of what I didn't unexpectedly decent movies because we're helping out with, speaking of with the film festival for next year, we were helping out with doing some screenings and kind of, doing some judgment, putting in our notes, saying which ones,
giving our
recommendations.
recommendations. I've watched about 15 of them. I'm on my second list, but between vacation, work, and the holidays, I'm off from my main job next week, so I'm just gonna knock out like 10 of them.
Yeah.
Then.
Well, that's what I wanted to bring up. It's like, unfortunately, we can't talk about it because they haven't been even submitted
And
yet. But there have been some really good ones.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of really good ones.
Yeah.
One of them I even put in the description. This one is award worthy, and it's only a 9-minute short. It's fantastic. I thought it was really well done.
Yeah. So once we can probably name them later on after
Yeah,
once
once-
film festival is done.
Yeah,
After this
after
year.
the film festival, we can go back through our little program and
Yep.
see what we reviewed.
Yep.
Actually, we'll have to talk with Doug about that one.
Your review and review
The review of
of the review. A review of the review.
I'm just looking through all the movies that came out this year, and I
Well,
spent a lot of time doing my homework, like you all keep yelling at me to do.
Do it.
Also, did anyone see the Knock at the Cabin?
No, I
No,
never got a chance to
I
watch
wanted
that.
to see that.
That was actually pretty good.
I wanted
Was
to
it?
see it, but because by the time I wanted to check it in the theater, it was out, and I couldn't find it on anything, like any platforms. What's it on?
I think it's on Plex.
No,
I think.
I haven't seen it posted up there.
Then I must have watched it on Amazon then.
Where is it to watch? You'd have to pay for it on YouTube or Vudu. Nowhere streaming.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't remember seeing it like.
Let me
on
check
any
the
of
Plex
those
server.
ones. But so while you guys are looking that up, though, can you name one thing? And it could be movie based or non movie based. One thing you've learned in 2023. Have you taken away? Because in life you can always learn.
Snitches get stitches.
Well, that's I learned that when I was 2.
It is not on the Plex server.
It's not. Okay.
So what did you say you learned in 2023? Was there one big lesson or something unique that you didn't know before?
No.
Nothing? I
I
beg
mean-
to differ. I can guarantee you, I will bet you $100 there's one
Okay.
thing you learned this year.
I do, but I really don't care.
I
to
know
go
what
into
it is, and I know because you even told me. I did not know that.
Honestly, the only thing I can think of is all the stuff that I've learned at work that I'm not going to bore anybody with.
No,
technical
actually, we
jargon.
talked about it on the show.
I'm sure we have. Dan Aykroyd ate salmon in Trading Places.
Well, no, not that. It wasn't that recent. You learned for the first time that there was a thing called dump months
Oh yeah.
in film.
And it didn't mean take.
Don't look at me, Gavin. You learned that the same thing.
I did.
Okay.
But you're the one who said, no, I didn't learn anything this year. Liar.
The only thing I can think of is all the stuff I learned at work, and one, I can't talk about that, and two, even if I could, it's boring. Very technical jargon.
Make a Hallmark movie out of it. My Life by the Melons.
No, not that job.
Pondering Produce.
Between two ferns.
Hey, let's not get sued by Zach Galifianakis.
He's fine.
How about you? Did you learn anything?
Yeah, a couple things, but no need to bring them up.
Okay. Wow. Herpes come back.
But if you give it away enough, I hear you don't have it anymore. So, and that was the second time I got cramps.
I
Smells like
learned
sex
that
in here.
for next year, one thing I learned for this year is I need to get back into going to the theater more again. I haven't really been to the theater, the actual theater, that much. And a lot of the reasons because some of the stuff comes out on availability at home, but I just love that experience of going to the theater, even though it's extremely overpriced, but you know.
Yeah. There is the quote-unquote Miyazaki's last film in theaters that I want to go see.
You did find a new candy that you enjoyed.
Thank you very much for bringing that up. Wiley Wallabies, everybody.
Hashtag not sponsored.
and to this day, like even
Thank you, Cocaine Bear.
even Stephen Patty talked to me about it all the time. He's like, that is like the best surprise accident that ever happened. It's a licorice. For your licorice people, it's a red licorice. Well, actually, they have all sorts of flavors, I found out. But it's the champagne of licorice. It's from Australia. And it was accidental because normally I was a Twizzlers guy.
It's the Miller High Life.
And they didn't have Twizzlers or the kind that I wanted at the place that I was getting them from. So I saw these things called Wiley Wallabies. I said, you know what? How bad could it be? Turned out it was amazing. How good can it be? I still don't have a level of
he
judging
took
how
one bite
good.
and goes, Crikey! Turn right into Steve Irwin.
This is better than Terry on me dinghy. And by dinghy, that is a boat in Australia.
This
so, yeah.
here's a Western Diamondback. Careful, they bite. Oh, me arm.
I'm gonna sneak up behind it and put my thumb
Yeah,
right
I'm
up
gonna
its
put my thumb
butthole.
right up its butt.
Oh,
Did you
she's
guys
a
know that-
beauty?
Yeah, she's a beaut there, isn't she?
It's like Cobra spitting in his face. Isn't she pretty? Oh, she's so beautiful.
Did you guys know they remade White Man Can't Jump this year?
Yeah, and I didn't watch it
I did not know that.
because that shouldn't be done. It's come on.
Yeah.
And that's not even I don't have a close connection to that movie. Like it's not.
It's a funny movie.
It's not the nearest and dearest thing to my heart. It's not like if they said we're remaking Back to the Future, don't ever do that. But it was a good movie. But it was there's no reason to do that.
Yeah.
There's no. It's not like there's a technology base where it could be better now, or had something where it could be caught up in the times. There was no reason to do that.
Agreed. I didn't even know that they remade the movie. I'm just now seeing it on the list.
Thanks for bringing that back up. Way to end my year.
You're welcome.
I try to forget about these things.
So we did have a couple of comic book movies. Had Quantum Mania and the Blue Beetle.
Yep.
I like the Blue Beetle. Quantum Mania was
Eh.
it was very well visually done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think the story was very.
Yeah.
Was
I
very-
did like spoilers that MODOK was not the Wasp. What was he?
Yellow Jacket.
Yellow
Yeah.
Jacket from the first movie. I thought that was a nice little Easter egg.
Darren?
Don't be a dick. I am not a dick.
Darren?
Yeah.
What happened to you?
Nothing. Yeah, you
Good
got-
Burger 2 just came out.
Yeah.
I don't plan on seeing that movie.
I don't think I ever watched
It's
the first
free.
one.
I liked the first one, but then again, I was like 10 when the first one came out.
Yeah, I was having sex then. I wasn't worried about going.
When you were 10?
Well, I wasn't 10. I was 17.
Again?
Yeah. Good movie.
Very good movie.
Good movie. R.I.P. Matthew Perry. Thanks for bringing that up.
Damn it. Damn it, Gavin.
Motherfucker.
Fucking Gavin.
Yeah, I mean, we had two big strikes in two major
Yep.
industries this year.
Thankfully, that's over.
The movie industry with the
Yep.
writers and the actors,
Yep.
and also the auto industry.
Yep.
Yeah.
The three major auto producers went on strike.
Yep. A lot of things have happened in 2023. What 2024 brings. So let's talk about that for a little bit. Is there anything coming out in 2024 you're looking like
Dune
okay,
2.
never mind. I don't even have to ask you. Just yes. Answer the question.
Dude,
Ask the question.
I know the answer. Sir. Yes, for me it's Dune 2. I'm very excited for that.
I'm very excited for
Okay.
Aquaman 2.
Okay.
I love the first one, and I love even though the strike slowed down everything and they pushed it out another year. A lot of the reason they've already delayed it 2 times before that is because they had to delete Amber Heard out of most of her scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really happy about it. If you watch the trailer, she's in it for one frame.
Yeah.
You could see her oh look, oh she's gone. Thank you.
And
bye.
she's gone.
Bye bye. Bye bye. I'm looking forward to Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Oh, it's gonna be more than cool. That's something we should probably plan to go and see.
I'm down.
That'll be a movie date.
Yeah.
Don't say you're not going because it's scary. If you say that to me, I
I'm-
will kill you
Actually,
on live TV.
I want to do a little in memoriam.
Yeah,
I'm
big
just
hairy
realizing of all
vagina.
the people that passed away this year.
Okay.
Okay.
But most notably, Matthew Perry,
Yep.
obviously, Tina Turner, Suzanne Summers,
Yep.
Andre Brower,
Mm-hmm.
he just passed away,
Dumbledore.
and Alan Arkin, Dumbledore, Lance Riddick, Paul Rubens, Jerry Springer, Treat Williams. He was in a good movie called The Deep Rising. It was a
Oh yeah.
Richard Belzer, and just a lot of unfortunate actors have passed away this year. But like Tom Sizemore, he passed away. Norman Lear,
Yeah,
Harry-
Norman Lear. Now he was a TV producer, but he created and produced some of the biggest older classics of them. So some like Archie Bunker or All in the Family.
Yep.
Sanford and Son, like all those Maude, all those shows that really the good shows when people weren't sensitive all the time. You know,
Yeah.
you could actually say things and take it as a joke. Haha.
Richard Roundtree, Harry Belafonte, Jim Brown, Bob Barker,
Come on down.
I hate that butt pork.
Sinead O'Connor,
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Jimmy Buffett,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Harwell, the lead singer from Smash Mouth.
Yeah. I heard that was more recent. Wasn't
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
it
That
was
was like,
like
the past
August.
couple months or something,
Yeah,
or a
something
few
like
months.
that. Ray Stevenson, Piper Laurie, Fred White, David Crosby, Stella Stevens.
I will say also another thing I learned is how many people that were on the Potter movies that are
Oh
no
yeah,
longer with us.
Yep.
26.
thanks for that, Haley.
Knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power.
Wow.
So we lost a lot of good actors this
Talk
past
about
year.
Killing your career by doing a movie. Jeez.
Daniel Radcliffe is a serial killer this
Yeah,
entire
yeah,
time.
right.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
I always thought it was Hermione.
Well, she could do that too. No, we were saying how we're not going to rape you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what we were saying. It's like
We were saying, Dave's saying that we were going to rape her. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Oh, the elephant.
Yeah.
The elephant in the room.
You do kind of give off the rapey vibe.
Yeah, like, Danny McBride's giving him shit. It's like, you're the one giving off the rapey vibe, you Jay.
So there's a show on HBO called Veep, and if you haven't watched it, it was so funny it actually beat out Modern Family for best comedy series. But in the later seasons, there's this one character named Jonas who's a real lanky, weird, sweary, just awful character. And he's a congressman at one point, and he goes in to meet the president, who is a woman, and he's like, "I'm here for my meeting," and everyone keeps going up to the president like, "Madam President, are you okay?" And he keeps, I'm just standing here talking. It's not like I'm going to rape her. There's Secret Service everywhere. Like, you can't say the word rape and the president.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm saying I won't rape her. Like, it's a 5-minute bit, and it's hilarious.
It's like, Ben Stiller on Meet the Parents. Bomb, 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 bomb. You can't say bomb on an airplane. What if I'm a bombardier? You still can't say bomb on an airplane.
You can't say, man. You can't.
You said the word bomb. I said the word bomb?
But is there, so aside from movies, is there something you're looking forward to in 2024 besides just film? Like, what are you looking forward to in the year besides the film festival? Is there anything
Well, I am.
Is there anything you're looking to change to do better?
I am looking to do an Ireland trip next year.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
yeah.
Me and my friends are trying to, but every time we revamp the itinerary, it just gets more and more expensive. We want to go spend about a week, maybe a week and a half in Japan, just traveling and seeing everything. Everything's connected by monorail outside of Okinawa. So we would just
Well, that's an island, so
off the coast of Japan.
it's kind of
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to connect that one with a
Hey,
rail.
they did it with Manhattan. We could do it with Okinawa.
That's a bay, not a freaking ocean.
Yeah.
You could take the Queens Tunnel to Manhattan. That's the Hudson.
Yeah, the Hudson, which is a river.
River.
Not the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
River.
You're killing me, Patrick.
But no, we do want to go to Japan, spend a week and a half just traveling up to, my friends want to go to Hiroshima. I want to go to Hokkaido and Osaka and all that fun stuff.
You going to
So-
Okinawa?
I don't think that's on the itinerary. That's an
I
extra
think you should add
$1,000.
it. I think you should add it.
It's an extra $1,000.
I think.
And
you
we're
need-
not even staying at like Western hotels. We're talking like traditional Japanese hotels, and this price tag is already at like $5,000.
Ah, Teo, how you doing? Come inside.
Gavin will not be joining us.
No, I will not.
in Japan.
What about you, Mr. Tony? What are you looking forward to next year?
What are you gonna
Everything.
do better?
I'm gonna do a lot better.
Ooh,
I'm gonna do a whole lot better.
you promise?
I do. And that's a promise to the world. In the other 30 countries that we're in.
Once again, 90% of that is VPN work.
No, I've got some thoughts and ideas on how to add some fun little things to the videos for when we're going to be getting that launched out for next year and going forward. No, I just there's going to be a lot. I'm going to be focused on a few more different things personally that I'm going to be trying to do more. Get back into movie theaters a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
More movie theaters.
More movie theaters and the movie podcast.
And actually try to potentially plan a trip somewhere. Most likely Hawaii.
Well, there you
Wee
go.
wee.
Buddy of mine and his wife and his best friend and his longtime girlfriend just went there for a week, and they always want to go back now. They keep getting emails from like Hawaiian Airlines, like, guys, we can go for like $200. Like, that's the trip there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much is the return flight? They're like, well, don't worry about that. Like, you gotta have to.
Or the hotel.
Yeah.
Well, see, I have all that covered already. So
Oh, that's right. You have points.
The hotel's
I
only
got all the
$800
points.
a night.
Yeah.
see,
And
my-
that's for like
That's right.
the La Quinta Inn.
That's right, Charlie. Oh, China. All the tea.
But no, I'm looking forward to just getting back in some personal things. Maybe plan a vacation. Focus on some more stuff. That, like I said, I got some ideas for how to amp up our exposure for the podcast. So I'm
And
excited
you don't
about
want
that.
us exposing ourselves.
Do you?
Or do
No, you do. In this case, they do.
you?
My clients are under judicial restraining order. That pink thing I got from her.
Do not forget the content warning on this episode. I don't want minors listening to us exposing ourselves.
Okay. Yes. Disclaimer.
Yeah. There's a little checkbox that he clicks every time. Like, is this for mature audience? Do not forget that box.
Some restrictions may apply. Viewer discretion is advised.
Batteries not included.
Like, last thing I need is like a high school oh, I just found this new podcast. They're exposing themselves.
That's right.
Speaking of which, you're binge watching the show that I introduced you to.
Silicon Valley.
And
yeah,
there's
bonus
an
hilarious.
episode, I think it comes in like the third season, and it has to do with Dinesh. You'll know it when you get to that point. That's all I can say about it.
So outside of the scene that you showed me last week about doing the mathematical physics equations about jerking off 800 people in the most efficient time,
Yeah.
I'm in season 2, and I don't think I've laughed so hard in an episode so far. They're explaining, like, we just gave a monkey a robot arm without any surgery. Very minimal invasiveness. And the monkey, it's this, like, little monkey, and it just, like, looks at its hand, and it's like... and then the CEO's like, what's it doing? It's like, what the monkey does with the technology once we give it to it is outside of our control. And it's just behind it. You can just see the arm going like this the entire time. And the CEO's like, oh my God. And he's like, yeah. And it's, for like 2 minutes, you just see a shot of a monkey just yanking it.
Yeah.
And then the monkey gets done. It's like, ah. And then he goes...
Yeah, there are plenty of other moments like that throughout the show. Maybe not with the monkey.
Yeah, but I mean, that was just and then immediately just starts going to town on itself.
But yeah, we
He
are
was obviously not a lefty.
we are coming up close to the end here. But I just wanted to take just a minute or two. First of all, like we said earlier when we were going through all the stats, just thank everybody for listening.
100%.
Also, we talked about the people we've had on and joined us. So just a shout out to everybody that's helped make 2023 and the show better every year, but especially in 2023. The Sunscreen team. To Doug Trishard, Ben Denali, Brian Williams. Thank you guys
Scatter
to
Brothers
our
Productions.
Scatter Brothers Productions, to our guests that we've had: Haley Sarasola, Rick Danford, Chaz Fator, Kimberly Harris,
Michael Robert Kessler.
Krista
All the people we met at the
Saxon.
film festival.
Yep. Krista Saxon, check her out. She was our first guest ever.
Yeah.
And we're coming up to the annual time where she joins the show.
Yep. And to Lisa Tyndall Simpson for Elevation Films. Elevation Artist. She's going to be the one to help us get out there.
Who runs the internet radio?
So we just call him Radio Steve.
Radio
That's what he likes to be
Steve.
called.
Radio
So Radio Steve with WDBF Radio, WDBF.FM or WDBF.com. Thank you guys so much, and everybody else, to Teresa, who is our accountant friend, who has helped us set up a lot of stuff with that.
Yes.
And saved
Thank
us
you
a
very
whole lot of
much.
money this year in taxes. But yeah, I mean, and
And
there's...
to the IRS,
Yes.
But
there are so many other people we can be thanking. We don't have the time to include every single person, but you know who you are. But
Yes,
I think we
and
hit
we
a good
appreciate
majority
you.
of them.
to all family and friends and partial friends and
Yep.
friends of family and
You've only
acquaintances
listened to this episode. Thank you.
Yes. So a big shout out. Thank you guys very much for making it a great 2023 and a great podcast year.
We look forward to next year.
Yep. And we're going to keep bringing it more and more each year and just making it better and better. So thank you guys very much. But that is the wrap up for 2023. Stay safe. Happy New Year.
Merry New Year.
Merry New Year. And we'll see you in 2024. But until then, for Movie Talks and Chill, we're your hosts. I'm Tony Serrato.
I'm Gavin Butts.
Dutch Wall.
All right, guys. Take care.